And so, of course, we decided to call Deborah Owens, and let's talk about let's get right to it, okay? We discuss on this show constantly in terms of black wealth, white wealth, $5,000 for African Americans, $100,000 for the average white household, and people, and right now, folks also got to get ready for tax season as well. So, what is required for people to get their mind straight when it comes to getting their money straight?
Well, here's the deal. The fact is that we have a tendency to focus on income and not wealth, and there is a difference. So even though this wealth gap continues to widen, you know, stock market is up, housing prices is up. We're in an economic recovery, and yet what we can see specifically...
Hold on, say that again.
We're in an economic recovery.
Y'all hear that?
And the stock market...
Y'all hear that? No, because a lot of Republicans ain't like it don't exist.
Slowest recovery in history. That's the skinniest kid at fat camp.
Hold on, the slowest recovery. Last I checked, if you're in the hospital, hell, if I'm getting better versus getting worse, damn it, it's good.
It's
Go ahead.
It's true. Okay, so let's think about it for a minute. We're pulling up to the pump now. I don't know about you, but I filled up a car for $32 that 2 months ago I filled up for $50.
Obama get credit for that?
Okay.
He got the blame.
Oh, listen.
Got real silent. Okay, go ahead.
No comment. And so this is really, well, I love it, Roland, because, I mean, truly, what we are seeing, and you know, I have a daughter who graduated from University of Maryland. I won't say what company she works for, but what I would say is they're finding it difficult to fill a position. Now, that just hasn't happened recently. And so, you know, it's not because they couldn't find a person. It's because people aren't accepting that opportunity. But the fact is, all that being said, at the end of the day, what households have left over, meaning in terms of their net worth, is not growing.
Right.
And so we need to shift, Roland. We need to shift from what I call this income mindset to a wealth mindset. And what that means is focusing on our personal balance sheet and making sure that our net worth is going up, not just our
income. Congress is not doing. So, you know.
It sounds to me like you're saying it's a discipline issue. It's a self-discipline issue.
Well, it's a self-discipline issue, but if you peel back the numbers, and Roland and I, we've went over these Pew Research numbers many, many times, and what they are doing is taking a look at the Federal Reserve's Consumer Survey. And what the Federal Reserve does is look at households and what kind of assets they're actually holding. So the real issue as it relates to minorities, Hispanics, African Americans, is not that we aren't savers. And that's something that I think is a real misnomer. We are savers. In fact, African Americans are very conservative when it comes to saving. Part of that is because of our lack of exposure to the investment markets. But if you look at this economic recovery, and if you look at why other folks' balance sheets are higher, it's because they have more exposure to equities or stock. So the bottom line is there are a few things that folks have to do in order to shift from this income mindset to a wealth mindset.
And one of those big ones is pay off your debts.
Absolutely. So debt is, in terms of households, is a greater percentage of our overall balance sheet now. You know, we're carrying a lot more mortgage debt than we ever have, and the fact is, you're told, right, that, oh, everybody should have a mortgage, there's this benefit. But when I was an advisor, the people who were the most prepared for retirement were those that didn't have a mortgage at retirement. So when we talk about debt, I'm not only talking about consumer debt. One of the ways to increase your net worth on your balance sheet is to have more equity in that home, and that means reducing your mortgage debt.
Well, and that's what's interesting there, because I think a lot of people, we bought into this whole own your home, own your home, own your home. But at some point, you get to a certain age, it actually makes some sense if you're not owning that home. I know some people who are saying, wait a minute, let me get rid of the home because it's costing them so much to keep it up, to pay off on it. They're downsizing their lifestyle.
Exactly. And so, and you know, not only that, but here's some other things that people can do. People can begin to accelerate their payments, paying that principal down, paying an extra $50, $100 a month can reduce what is a 30-year mortgage down to a 15-year mortgage, so that you aren't taking on that additional, you know, 15-year mortgages, the rates on those are still you know, right about 3%, right below 3%. But in some cases, the actual payment can impact you. You don't have enough discretionary income really to make that extra payment. But one of the ways you can do that and have some flexibility is to begin accelerating your payments on your mortgage.
Well, you can borrow from Hogan.
Do you recommend just paying more on the principal, or are there programs, websites you can go to help you restructure some of that?
Yeah, I believe that you should pay more on the principal, and when you do that, you need to direct your bank that that's exactly what you're doing. Absolutely.
All right, sounds good. And again, if you have any other ideas or you want to get more information, go to
DeborahOwens.com/News One Down.
There you go.
Sign up for our newsletter.
There
That's
you
right.
go. Also, you need some extra money. Trust me, Michael. He can't afford a tie, but trust me, he got some extra cash he can hook you up with because he can call